I've got the story, What Do You Do With a Problem? By Kobi Yamada. I'm going to show you exactly what questions to ask when you're reading this book with your kids so that you are getting the most out of reading comprehension. There are a lot of themes in this book, and they are facing fears, the dangers of avoidance, challenges, how the idea that challenges actually contain opportunity, the issue of ignoring problems, the risk of ignoring problems, how problems snowball when we do ignore them, gathering strength to address our problems, changing perspectives about our problems, realizing capabilities that our problems can bring, the hidden potential our problems can recognize, personal growth, embracing your future, and the idea that when you do let a problem snowball, what you lose is your own inner peace. So a lot of themes. What do you do with a problem? First question, what is getting in the main character's way? What do they want? Okay, super clear here. Character's got a problem, illustrated by this little storm cloud. What do they want? They want peace. I think the most important thing to get out of this first part, is that when we have a problem, what we want is peace, all right? Whether it's that problem going away, dealing with that problem changing, ultimately what we want in our lives is to be at peace and to be okay. Next question, character development. At first, how does the main character cope with having a problem? Okay, so the first thing is he shooed it and he tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. So here we have like avoidance. Are we already getting into the theme? So he's avoiding it, he is ignoring it, and just seeing like, maybe this will make it go away if I just don't deal with it. I'm gonna ignore it, I'm gonna tell it to go away. Clearly those things don't work, but those are the main character's first attempts to deal with the problem. Ignore it, hope that it goes away, avoid it. Next question, integrate visual information. What details about the main character's feeling does the illustration show? So the feeling is this problem that is following the character around, and it's important to know that the illustration throughout the book is going to represent kind of the severity and size of the problem and how much the problem is impacting our main character. Because on the first page, it was a little cloud, and now we can see it is already a bigger cloud, and you're gonna see that throughout the book, the cloud just gets bigger and bigger and more terrible as we go. So that is a detail that the illustrations are showing us about the kids' feelings, even when the words don't say it. All right, jumping forward, that cloud is getting bigger. Now our main character is worrying about the problem. What if it gets me? What if it takes away all my things? Next question, key details. What is happening because the main character is not confronting the problem? Okay, so their peace is lost. Now they are worrying, now they have anxiety because they're not facing this problem. So the peace that the main character had in their life is gone. They're now just like consumed with worry about the problem. So here we see the themes of like, now the problem is snowballing. This is showing us the danger of avoiding our problems, the danger of ignoring our problems, and yeah, what can happen when we do not address our problems or we try to ignore our problems. They usually get worse and cost us our peace. So that is what's happening because the main character is not confronting the problem. So the problem is getting worse. It is getting all consuming. The more they worried, the bigger the problem came. They tried to hide from it. They tried to camouflage themselves from it, disguise themselves from it. None of it worked. Next question, integrate visual information. How do the pictures and words work together to help the reader understand what is happening? Okay, so gathering strength and the struggle. So the illustrations are showing us exactly the struggle that this problem is causing our main character, how it has gotten bigger and it has gotten more severe, and it is impacting the main character's life even more. So ignoring the problem, not addressing it, the problem just gets bigger. So here we definitely have the theme continuing of the snowball effect and the risk of ignoring issues and the danger of avoiding these issues. And the pictures illustrate that a lot more strongly than the words do, because the pictures illustrate the problem through this growing storm cloud. So the pictures are definitely more vivid than the words are in describing like exactly what this problem is doing to us. Next question, character development. What was the turning point for the main character? When did they understand something new? So it was kind of all of a sudden, it was kind of a, I don't want to call it a breaking point, but the kid just says, I can't take it anymore, this has to stop. So it is kind of a just stop in the moment, realization, flip a switch, this has to stop, I'm resolute, I'm gonna change this. So it is kind of just like an all of a sudden kind of moment where the kid's perspective changes, they do a reality check, and they're like, I'm facing this problem. So this is where we get to the theme of perspective, of changing perspectives, where like sometimes you just gotta change your perspective on a problem, and instead of like looking to get out of it or avoid it or whatever, to not face it straight on and to just resolutely decide we're just gonna face this straight on. You know, kind of a, like the only way out is through kind of mentality, which is pretty true. If you do a reality check, that is usually the way things go. Okay, next question, character development. How does the main character react to the problem at the end? So the main character realizes that by addressing the problem straight on, they actually gathered strength through facing their fears, which of course is a theme. Personal growth and hidden potential and realizing our capabilities, all of these things happen when we face fears straight on, and when we look at fears as like opportunities for growth, when we look at problems as opportunities for growth, not necessarily as problems. But because of the changing perspective, facing the problem head on, now the kid is realizing the capabilities they had. They're realizing that by facing the problem head on, they had potential to do things that they did not realize that they had. Lots of personal growth experience here through facing the fears and facing that problem head on. All right, here we are. The kid discovered that the problem had something beautiful inside. My problem held an opportunity. Okay, next question. Based on context clues, what does the word opportunity mean? Now, because we've had actually this goes with the book, What Do You Do with a Chance? But hopefully a kid through the context can understand that the word opportunity means like a chance, something, an event that you can get something good out of, an event that can have potential, an event that can help you realize capabilities. But this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the word opportunity because this context is pretty good. You don't have to do anything fancy, just talk about the context. My problem held an opportunity. And last question, central idea. What does the main character and the reader learn by the end? Okay, so just hashing through all this stuff because our themes, the way they're developed in a super clear way. So we learned about the danger of not facing our fears, goes with the danger of avoiding our fears and the risk in ignoring issues. It's not good. It is usually going to cost you your peace, and it is going to cost you the missed opportunity of growth that facing fears can bring about. So now the other side of it, when you gather strength to face your fears, when you change perspectives to face your fears, you can realize capabilities that you didn't know you had. You can see hidden potentials through tackling your fears. You can your problems. You can like unlock new skills, personal growth, embracing the future, and that is pretty much all of the themes and good ideas developed in the story, What Do You Do with a Problem? By Kobi Yamada.